So let me play these clips. These are interviews of Jamaicans and Trinidadians in Crown Heights. Their experiences from when they first got here. Here we go.
Hello, can you tell me your name, please?
David Reed.
Can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Jamaica.
How long have you been here, David?
About 2 months ago.
How do you find life here in America?
Well, not so bad, but it's kind of difficult to get around the place.
Can you tell me why you feel that way?
Because I see strange people and I don't have any friends in America as yet, so it kind of being strange.
Oh.
You understand?
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
Are you going to school here?
No, not until September.
Can you tell me a little bit about Jamaica on a daily basis?
Well, Jamaica is a nice place, but in Jamaica...
Wellington.
And yours?
Land, children, country.
Oh. And your mother's from Trinidad?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me some of the stories she used to tell you?
About how she used to live, and every morning she used to have to walk and go to the well and get water. And then after that she'd have to milk the cow. And then she'd have to walk to school about a mile away or something.
About a mile away to get to school? What else did she tell you?
How they used to have to strain, pick out the rice for themselves, and they how it was back then.
What's your name?
Lori.
Can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Kingston, Jamaica.
Can you tell me what is the experience like being here in America?
Well, so far America's been good to me. Since I moved here 7 years ago, I've gone to school. I've acquired a bachelor's degree. I'm like 6 months away from my master's, and it's been very good to me. I have a very good job, and I like it very much.
Do you think you would have made these accomplishments in Jamaica?
I would have probably made it, but it would have taken me a much longer time because Jamaica is a little bit slower than the United States. So it would have taken me quite a while. I don't think I'd have gotten this far if I was still in Jamaica.
So you don't have any regrets coming to America?
No regrets, no remorse. No, I'm perfectly happy here.
Would you like to ever go back to Jamaica permanently?
If I was getting a good job that is equivalent to the salary that I'm making here in America, yeah, why not? I love my country.
Can you tell me what is your name?
My name is Dulcina Gill.
Can you tell me where you came from?
I came from Trinidad, Port of Spain, West Indies.
Can you tell me a little bit of reasons what made you come to the United States?
Well, I was curious. I had my sister here and I wanted to come to see how it was. And I came in 1965. I enjoyed it, but I don't like New York.
Can you tell me why you don't like New York?
It's a very hard place to get adjusted to. From my line of life in Trinidad, it was very fast, and it was like, I can't adjust to the cold, and I love my country.
All right, from 1965, have you ever been back to Trinidad yet?
Oh, I've been back to Trinidad.
What's your name?
My name is Sean Francis.
Where do you live?
I live right here at 317 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn.
All right, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, all right?
All right.
All right. Where did you used to live before this?
I used to live in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica.
How is it there?
It's all right. It's okay there, not really bad.
Do you like it here? How are things here, like, different than Jamaica?
For supermarket, for instance, in Jamaica, their prices are too dear. For allowance, right? You can't really get to pay allowance to the kids. But over here, you could pay allowance because, like $5 in Jamaica, that only could serve them for one day. Over here, it could buy them breakfast, lunch, and food. In Jamaica, it's kind of rough on the people down there than it is over here.
Do you like it here?
Yeah, I like it here. And I like Jamaica.
What's your name?
So, these interviews were done on the cusp of the Howard Beach case.
On December 20th, 1986, Michael Griffith, a 23-year-old black man, was killed in a racially motivated attack in Howard Beach, Queens, New York. The incident began when Griffith and 3 friends were driving through the predominantly white neighborhood. Their car broke down, and they walked to seek help. At a local pizzeria, they were confronted by a group of white teenagers who shouted racial slurs and told them to leave the neighborhood. As Griffith and his friends tried to escape, they were chased by a mob of about a dozen white youths armed with baseball bats and tree limbs. In an attempt to flee, Griffith ran onto the Belt Parkway, where he was struck and killed by a car. One of his companions, Cedric Sandiford, was severely beaten, but survived. The Howard Beach incident ignited racial tensions in New York City and gained national attention. It highlighted the deep-seated racial divisions in the city and became a symbol of urban racial violence in the 1980s. The case led to protests and demands for justice. 3 of the attackers were eventually convicted of manslaughter and assault, receiving sentences ranging from 5 to 30 years. The tragedy prompted discussions about racial segregation in New York's neighborhoods and the need for improved race relations. It also led to changes in how the city handled racial incidents and hate crimes. Griffith's death remains a painful reminder of the consequences of racial hatred and the ongoing struggle for racial equality in America.
Okay? They look shook. They look uneasy. No.
And what year was that? What year was that?
1986. 1986. They don't look uneasy, do they? They just know they're here to get it. They don't want to upset the apple cart. So, you know, I found it ironic since we had to pull up on Utica. What was it, last September? We had to pull up on Utica, and these interviews, took place on Utica Ave. It's crazy. Your thoughts?
Oh, please. You know, I'm chomping at the bit. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where I grew up. 1986. I want y'all to understand where I grew up. Right? Flatbush Church, Flatbush and Nostrand. You know what I'm saying? Flatbush don't cross Nostrand, but you get what I'm saying. Flatbush, Nostrand Avenue, Ramsden, Utica. That is where I grew up. And that video was from 1986. Keep that. I want y'all to understand this. Now y'all see. You get to see with your own eyes the environment in which that made me. The woman said she'd been here since 1965, but she don't much like it. And it was the 80s by then. So you stayed here all this time and you didn't go back home? Why are you still here? And that's one thing my mother was always, loving towards everybody. But that when people used to say stuff like that, she ain't like that. She, well, what you here for? If you don't like it here, why are you here? Take your ass back home.
They can't get that bread.
That was where $5 will buy you breakfast, lunch, and snack, the little boy said. When $5 Jamaican dollars, which had the king on it, or the queen at that time, couldn't get him nothing. Or matter of fact, he couldn't even get allowance. That's what he said. But here, he gets to have allowance. So, Cyberdyne, I don't remember a time where Utica used to be FBA. My entire life, I have always been the only American in the room. I have always been the only foundational Black American in the room. Unless I was with my family. And maybe I met one or two, you know what I'm saying, on my way. But I have always been the only one in the room, which is why when people get upset about delineation, I never understood it, because I never represented anything but who I am. They had their flags, I had my flag. I always repped my flag. Never ever have I ever carried another flag except the American flag. You know, I'm all for respectful conversations, and understand, you know, when we talk about Caribbeans and stuff like that, we definitely not talking about all, because we just had Black up here who is definitely Caribbean. He is not like that. I have friends that are Caribbean and they are not. Well, y'all know I got friends. Y'all see where I grew up. Y'all see the area I grew up. So I got friends that are Caribbean, that are Trinidadian, that are Jamaican, that are Haitian, that are not like that. But unfortunately, you don't hear their voices. They are not loud. They are not speaking. They are not the ones in the forefront. They are not the ones driving the conversations. They are not the ones online. They are not the ones in our politics. They are not the ones. They are not the ones. They are not the ones. Therefore, and they are, and come on now, so all my friends and you know that I got y'all ain't taking them down either. And so since you're not taking them down, I apologize that y'all gonna get some of these strays, but we're gonna talk about y'all friends and family that is popping shit. And if you don't want us to talk about your friends and family that are popping shit, then you get them to stop popping shit. Because as long as they pop shit, I'm gonna pop it right back. And I guarantee you, when I pop shit, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. And we're not playing. Like I said, I've said constantly, when it came to Solange's, you know what I'm saying? Where were y'all?
True.
Where were y'all? When President Devine reached out to over 50 Caribbean organizations, where were y'all?
Yeah.
We're sitting here dealing with this unconstitutional reparations commission. Where are y'all? Not one of y'all have come down there and testified that we deserve what we deserve. But we do have weirdo Jamaicans. Well, it's a Jamaican 1 minute and from South Carolina the next minute with the trinkets of human trafficking in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there popping shit about who created hip hop and whatnot. And this is the problem. This is why we have to address these things. And if you think I'm not going to address them just because I'm friends with you and I love you, you are sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken. I'm going to address it just as I would. And if you know me, which you do, because you're my friend, you already know I'm not the one or the two. And that's what we're talking about. This ugly. I'm not going to call her ugly. This stupid. I will call her stupid, though. This stupid weirdo. Look at her. Look at her. With the cowrie shells all on her neck. They sold you. That's the money that they sold your ancestors for.
Mm.
And you sitting there with it around your neck and in your hair.
And
don't you know?
She was a proud Jamaican.
Exactly, proud Jamaican, talking about how they stole. How they created hip hop. When I want to say stole, trying to steal credit. But you sitting there with. They would have sold you for less cowrie shells than you got in your hair and on your neck.
Mm.
That's about 100 human beings she got on her hair and her neck right there. 100 human beings. Did you see how I said that? That's not a term that I would necessarily say. You know where I got that from? That's what they tell you when you go on the tours. This umbrella, 100 human beings. This bottle, 50 human beings. That's what they say on the tours.
Now, if the European give them a bottle of whiskey, they collect 10 human beings as a slave for a bottle. Then we have a bottle of 1873 from Vienna, Austria, inside the museum. I will show you guys later. These are called cannon gun. The long cannon go for 100, the short one 40. It was made of iron. If the European give our forefather a Dane gun, they collect 40 human beings. Now, we Africans or black man, what will we do with the Dane gun and the cannon? We use it to fight ourselves, so to get more slaves to set European. I used to tell people that comes that we are the one that sold ourselves into slavery. a ceramic bowl. We call it breakable plate in a house. The European will give you one plate and they collect 10 human beings as a slave. And we have 5 of such places at the museum. I'm going to show you guys later. Mirror and the beads. It depends your we call bargain power. You can say 2 slaves, I can say 3, she can say 7. It depends how you can bargain and negotiate with European for mirror and the bead.
Okay, so y'all was asking about my Juneteenth shirt that I made. Okay, I got shirts for y'all. I got women's t-shirts and men's t-shirts. I worked hard. I found a really good supplier with really good quality t-shirts. So go to evenmelanin.com and pick you up a Juneteenth t-shirt today. They come in red and royal blue. Newly added navy blue. Keep watch because more t-shirts will be coming over time because I got a lot of ideas. You know what I mean? Pick up your t-shirt today by going to evenmelanin.com. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Even after you watch this video, come back and comment again. I hear people say that all the time, that it helps you in the algorithm. So I need help in the algorithm too. So help me out. I so appreciate you guys. I'm always shocked by how many of you actually care about what I have to say. So I definitely appreciate you. So what I want to do next, right? I always see these really obscure documentaries, and I want to have watch parties where we can watch these documentaries together. Documentaries that TikTok is not going to allow, YouTube is not going to allow us to watch them together. So join my Patreon. That's the only reason why I'm doing a Patreon. Join my Patreon so that we could watch these documentaries freely. We could comment, kiki, get the popcorn. Some of the topics are going to be kind of heavy, so the kiki might be a little bit more heavy than just laughing and giggling. But yeah, so because we're gonna tackle some topics of the documentaries that I have seen that I really think and I really want to share with the family. So yeah, so like, share, comment, subscribe, and join my Patreon. It's Patreon, Breuck on Patreon, Breuck. Thank you. I love you all so much. You know I do. Bye.